2025 was not a normal year for video games. It will be remembered as one of those years the games industry points back to. Sequels we waited years for, brand new studios making their mark, and games that pushed their genres forward and raised the bar for what their genres can do. So today we're starting part 1 of our Best Games of 2025 series, counting down 10 games ranked from number 10 all the way to number 1. We're going deep with a full breakdown of what each game does better than its peers, and exactly why each title deserves its place. So buckle up, and let's begin. Starting at number 10, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Developed by Kojima Productions and exclusively on PlayStation 5, this is Hideo Kojima operating without a safety net, and without restraint. Kojima Productions was born after Kojima's split from Konami, and the original Death Stranding became one of the most divisive games of the last decade. Some called it boring, others called it brilliant. The sequel leans into that identity hard. On the Beach refines traversal, it expands social strand systems, and delivers cinematic storytelling on a level few studios even attempt. That said, pacing can still be glacial, and its commitment to atmosphere over accessibility keeps it from ranking higher, but love it or hate it, this is still one of 2025's most ambitious experiences. At number 9, Dispatch. Developed by Ad Hoc Studio, Dispatch is a narrative-driven episodic adventure. It is built around sharp dialogue, character-focused storytelling, and meaningful choice. Released on PS5 and PC, with additional platform support rolling out later. This is a studio focused entirely on storytelling, and Dispatch feels like a modern evolution of the classic Telltale formula, but sharper, funnier, and more self-aware. It mixes superhero satire with grounded character writing, where choices don't just branch, they linger. The episodic structure means not every chapter hits equally hard, but when Dispatch is firing on all cylinders, it's genuinely gripping. It earns this spot by proving that strong writing and smart pacing can still stand tall in a year full of blockbuster spectacles. Number 8, Monster Hunter Wilds. Developed and published by Capcom and released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Capcom's Monster Hunter franchise has evolved massively over the years, and Wilds pushes the ecosystem concept further than ever. Dynamic weather, migrating monsters, and environments that react to combat make every hunt feel unpredictable. Combat is deeper, weapons feel refined, and large-scale encounters are spectacular. However, performance issues at launch, especially on PC, held the game back from its full potential early on. Still, once polished, Wild stands as one of the most mechanically impressive action RPGs of 2025. At number 7, Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2. Developed by Warhorse Studios, launching on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Warhorse made its name with the original Kingdom Come, a brutally realistic medieval RPG that refused to hold your hand. The sequel expands everything: larger political systems, smarter AI, and deeper role-playing mechanics. Combat remains deliberate and punishing. Progress is earned, not gifted. This is a game that demands patience, but rewards it with immersion few RPGs can match. It doesn't rank higher simply because its hardcore design isn't for everyone, but for players who want realism over power fantasy, Deliverance 2 is unforgettable. Number 6, Blueprints. Developed by indie studio Dogobomb and released on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. This is one of 2025's smartest puzzle games. A constantly shifting mansion, rooms that rearrange themselves, and mysteries that reveal meaning over time. Blueprints rewards observation, patience, and curiosity, not reflexes. Its atmosphere is subtle, its storytelling environmental, and its puzzle design incredibly elegant. It's ranked here because of its focused scope, but within that scope, it's nearly flawless. At number 5, Donkey Kong Bananza, a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive developed by Nintendo EPD Tokyo with support from 1UP Studio and Tri-Crescendo. This is Nintendo platforming at its absolute best. Precise controls, playful physics, and level design that constantly introduces new ideas without overwhelming the player. The Switch 2 hardware allows smoother performance and richer environments, making this the most polished Donkey Kong experience in years. It doesn't reinvent the genre, but it perfects it. Sometimes excellence is enough. Number 4, Split Fiction. Developed by Hazelight Studios, available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Hazelight is known for co-op storytelling, and Split Fiction might be their most creative game yet. Each chapter introduces new mechanics, new perspectives, and new ways for two players to interact. Some sections shine brighter than others, but the constant creativity keeps the experience fresh. It's emotional, inventive, and frequently hilarious. Exactly what Hazelight does best. If you value shared experiences in games, Split Fiction is essential. At number 3, Hollow Knight: Silksong. Developed by Team Cherry and released across every major platform, spanning both current and last-generation hardware. After years of anticipation, and just as many expectations, Silksong doesn't just arrive, it delivers. Team Cherry takes the foundation of the original Hollow Knight and pushes it forward with faster, more aggressive combat, a greater emphasis on vertical exploration, and an astonishing density of secrets packed into every corner of its world. Every area feels handcrafted with intent. Every enemy and boss encounter is carefully tuned, demanding precision while remaining fair. Progression is deeply satisfying, constantly rewarding curiosity and mastery rather than holding the player's hand. Crucially, Silksong understands the legacy it's inheriting. It respects what made the original special, but it never feels trapped by it. Instead, it evolves the formula with confidence, carving out an identity that stands firmly on its own. This is Metroidvania design at its absolute peak. A masterclass in atmosphere, challenge, and exploration. And a powerful reminder of what a small, focused team can achieve when passion, patience, and craft all align. Number 2. Clair Obscur: Expedition 33. Developed by Sandfall Interactive and available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. This is the game that caught nearly everyone off guard. Clair Obscur arrives with a striking Belle Epoque-inspired aesthetic, immediately setting itself apart. But it's the way art direction, mechanics, and narrative intertwine that makes it unforgettable. Its hybrid turn-based combat feels deliberate and expressive, blending traditional systems with modern ideas that reward timing, planning, and experimentation. Every encounter reinforces the game's tone, melancholic, tense, and quietly haunting. The narrative is where Expedition 33 truly leaves its mark. It's a story that unfolds patiently, trusting the player to sit with its themes and emotions, and it lingers long after the credits roll. For a debut title, the confidence on display is remarkable, from its visual identity to its mechanical polish and thematic cohesion. It comes painfully close to taking the top spot. But even at number 2, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33 stands as one of 2025's defining releases, and a clear signal that Sandfall Interactive is a studio to watch. And number 1, Hades 2. Developed by Supergiant Games and released on PC and Nintendo Switch platforms, including Switch 2, Supergiant didn't try to reinvent what worked. They refined it. Hades 2 builds on the original's foundation with tighter combat, smarter progression systems, and storytelling that's even more deeply embedded into every run. Every attempt feels meaningful. Every failure feeds directly back into growth, character development, and world building. The game respects the player's time while still offering remarkable depth, striking a balance between accessibility and mastery that few releases manage to achieve. Presentation, music, and voice work remain exceptional, reinforcing Supergiant's signature style without repeating themselves. More importantly, Hades 2 understands exactly what it wants to be, and executes on that vision with precision. This isn't just an excellent sequel. It's a masterclass in iteration, pacing, and design, and the most complete experience of 2025. That's why Hades II earns the number 1 spot. That was part 1 of the best games of 2025. Part 2 is coming, and it features some of the year's most impactful releases. So if you enjoyed the deep dive, hit subscribe and let me know your rankings in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.